Hello, welcome back. This is Caslin from Always Acting Up podcast and blog. Usually, I like to talk about the steps to get into the entertainment industry as an artist, how to start your career, and how to have all the success you're looking for, elements, tips, and tricks, and the lifestyle of an artist. I am heated, absolutely heated at the moment, and I figured that this was an important video for me to make because I am an artist. I've been doing this for over a decade, and I've been a freelancer for over 5 years now. And this is what happens sometimes. So I felt like it was important to be honest and say, like, this will happen in your career at times, and I think it's important for you to know. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you the story of what's going on right now. I'm almost shaking inside because I'm so frustrated. And I've been dealing with this for over 2 weeks now. And today is like the icing on the cake. It's the final straw. I'm frustrated. I am upset and I don't know what to do anymore. So here's what's going on. As a freelancer, one of my jobs, I talk about photography a lot, is photography. One of the other jobs I do is I work in the trade shows, and I work as a brand ambassador, which basically is experiential marketing. Besides brand ambassador, within that realm, I am a trade show presenter, which means that large corporations and companies like Samsung, Hyundai, big companies, sometimes smaller ones as well, will hire me, someone who's capable of doing presentations, someone who's capable of reading a teleprompter, memorizing a lot of dialogue, bullet points, or even an ear prompter. They will hire someone like me to do their presentations in front of a large audience. You would think that a lot of times it is people who work for the company doing these presentations, but oftentimes it is actors and hosts like me who are capable of delivering these types of performances. So that's what I do. And because it is a specialized skill, I do get paid a fair amount of money. So that's where this story comes into play. And I'm going to try and get through this the best I can because, like I said, I am feeling things right now. How it typically works is that a company goes to an agency and the agency finds us, the talent. Now, these are not the same as your theatrical or commercial agency. They are not represented by SAG. It's a slightly different process, but they still act as the representative, the mediator in between the client and yourself. Now, like I said, I have been in the world of brand ambassador and experiential marketing, which is a great job. I love it. I've been doing it as well for over a decade. I know this industry. It's not like I'm an idiot and I just made a mistake. Shady people happen all the time. And so I was hired to do this job at a huge trade show here in Las Vegas, and I got paid a good amount of money, but I was hired through this agency who I'm a little scared to say right now because I'm likely gonna have to take them to small claims court because I'm not getting paid. And this is a problem. I've signed a contract, and in her contract, she said that I would be paid within 2 weeks. It's been over a month. I am in contact now with the client who has sent me confirmation of her payment to her. So the client has paid her. The girl has now, the agency, it's just her. She doesn't have anybody else. She told me this in our initial interview, has been paid, and she is no longer answering phone calls. It goes straight to voice message. Text messages, she does not answer as well. Email, she no longer answers. And the icing on the cake is she's actually starting to take down her website and social media. Her Twitter is now suspended. The contact page on her website, gosh, I wish I can blast her so bad. I'm just a little nervous that this will nip me in the butt at some point, but the contact page on her website is no longer available. There's a 404 error code, and the girl is running with my money. Now I'm just gonna tell you, it's $3,500, which to me as an artist is a lot of money. I know some of you guys are watching, well, it's really not that much, but it is, especially after a pandemic and my car is breaking down and I did the job. I should be paid, and I should be paid on time. Here's where I get a little upset. Besides the fact that, yes, she should pay me, there's another girl who was a presenter as well, and she has also not been paid. She was with a different client, but we're both with the same agency, and we worked at the same time doing the same event. Now she's being more passive for whatever fucking reason. I have no idea. There's this idea that she'll pay me. Well, guess what? She's not paying and it's been 2 weeks. And this idea of being too scared to speak up drives me insane. Think about it. Do you really want to work with somebody who hasn't paid you? You want to work with them again? You're scared of not speaking up and never working for them again because you're speaking up about something that you deserve and that you earn? Do you really want to work with them again? Honestly. And this is how I feel this goes into the entertainment industry as a whole. Did we ever hear about Harvey Weinstein? Have we heard about the Me Too movement? People were so scared to be blacklisted and to never work again that they just let this happen. Larry Nassar in the gymnastics community, it's the same idea. People not speaking up for what's right or what's wrong is what's wrong with the entire society and entire world, and especially our industry. This is going to continue to happen until people start speaking up. Stop being scared to speak up for something that is right and you deserve. I mean, this is ridiculous. And I think that because my client knows about it, if she were to talk to her client, we could probably team up together and this would be a much easier situation if there's 4 people going after this girl and not just me and a client who's based in another country. Yes, my client is being very helpful, but at the same time, it doesn't help me get paid. So I'm a little heated and I'm upset. And unfortunately, this is not even the first time this has happened, which is why I also felt it was important to make this video, because what happened last time in a similar situation, it had been about 90 days and I hadn't received payment for a client. And then they just stopped answering phones after a while. And then they're like, let me pass it on to somebody else. No, stop passing it on to somebody else. Do your fucking job. And I was the aggressive one in the situation. My friend who I worked the same event with was more passive. Well, guess what? I got paid and she didn't get paid for another 2.5 weeks later for being more passive. I'm like, well, that's on you for not being more aggressive. Do you really want to work with that company again? Honestly, they don't pay you. They didn't pay you in the first place. Why would you want to work with them? That's how I feel about that. And I guess my overall point with this whole video is, as a freelancer, sometimes there's only so much vetting with your agencies and clients that you can do. This situation is not only stressful, but it's extremely time consuming because I should be taking this time right now, instead of making this video, instead of writing all these emails back and forth, instead of the stress that it has caused me for 3 weeks, I could be making other content. I could be reaching out to casting. I could be doing so many other things instead of chasing down my payment. And I want to mention, I'm actually waiting on payment for a commercial that I did back in January as well. It is now the end of February and I still have not received my buyout check. That's a whole different story. But this is something you do have to consider if you are looking to be a freelance artist. And I think it's important, especially for artists, to consider it's very difficult to do your auditions when you work a 9 to 5 and you're busy all the time. And so it's always suggested to be a freelance artist and to find a way to make it. Well, I have found a way to make it, and I have been quite successful for the past 5 years, freelancing 100% on my own, but it is difficult. There will be challenges and you will have moments like this. So I don't really know what the solution is at the moment. We are going to likely have to take her to small claims court. I have reported it to the Better Business Bureau and I have blasted her all over social media. So I think there's something to consider when pursuing your freelancing career. Maybe you know something I don't. If you do, leave it in the comment section because I am all ears. I am listening. And I think that's it for this video. Wish me luck, you guys. I guess I'll keep you posted. And until next time, you guys have a great day. Thanks for listening. I feel better now. That was some great information. If you like what you heard, make sure to go back and check out the full episode to hear more. And of course, we here at Always Acting Up Podcast cover plenty of other topics, such as getting a green card and working in the US, starting up a YouTube channel, making a feature film, and we even tell you how to be an actor from step 1 all the way to step 10. Let me know what you think and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Thanks for listening.